honest. So a little bit different today. I've got the phone mounted on the camera tripod. Hopefully that'll be a little bit easier for the live stream. So I've only got this one, and the other camera that's normally on the tripod's in the pocket. Anyway, I digress. Day 2, Graeme Linehan's trial. What an eventful day yesterday outside the courts. It was amazing when Graeme grabbed these signs and stood in front of the world's media, and they've gone viral, so that's brilliant. Couldn't have really gone any better, I don't think, from that perspective. And it's, Graeme, doubling down on his message. So it's going to be a little bit easier for me to hold this today. I can see I'm walking down now towards Westminster Magistrates Court. I can't see any of the TRAs, the trans rights activists, but I can see some of the press. So the press are there again today, so that's good. We are a little bit early, but like I say, I like to get there first and settle. What's that? Wow, early bird gets the worm. Yeah, we've got to turn up early, guys. It's important to get there. I mean, and these media guys know it. The media guys are setting up here too. And I think it opens at 9, so we're half an hour early. I can see the people joining the live stream now. It's getting, what we've got. It's been on a minute or two, and we're well into the double figures. So we've got the media guys behind us, and here's the court. I'll just set up over here and maybe chat to you for a little bit, keep you informed with what I know. If any, let me just make this a bit longer. Oh, thank you so much for donations straight away. Much appreciated, guys. Okay, you'll probably see that Westminster Magistrates Court behind me is like in a mirror, or it's back to front. If anybody knows what settings to change on the YouTube live stream app to get it the right way, let me know. Everything's going to be back to front. So yesterday, I can't say too much about the court case because it's still ongoing, obviously, second day today. The person accusing Graeme was cross-examined yesterday, and it didn't seem to go too well. Yeah, somebody's saying unmirror. I don't know how to unmirror it. I don't know if you can do it while it's recording. Is it in the camera settings? Well, I don't think it's going to disrupt things too much. When I do the next live stream later, I'll have a look. I take it, is that in the camera settings, not the app settings? Is that what it is? Probably is that, I think. But I'll leave it as it is now because the live stream's going. Yeah, so can't say too much about what happened, but I spoke to people that were in court yesterday, and they said the person, this Sophia Brooks, this young man, they call him Tarquin. If you go online, they nickname him Tarquin. It didn't go too well for him, I think. It seemed to expose him as a professional online troll. Don't think this is any secret. He had many different Twitter/X accounts that he trolled people on, and he went there to agitate and cause trouble. I think anybody that's identifying as the opposite sex or gender has got a mental illness, and so he will fall under that umbrella, I guess. And there was the other guy did you see the guy wearing that hat, that black and white hat yesterday? Clearly, suffering from some kind of mental condition, perhaps highly autistic, I don't know. So we went round the corner to the pub yesterday. I've got loads of footage that I'm gonna upload, as the next week progresses when I get time. I did 3 videos last night. If you haven't seen them, watch the videos. After the live stream, watch the videos that I put out last night, a couple of interviews, and then Graeme, I did a video of Graeme approaching the court in the morning and how he took these boards, and also how when he came out and we went down to the pub and we had a chat. You know, quite a few people supporting Graeme were there around the corner, and there were other people trolling us while we were even there. Some guy come and pushed me in the back. I've got the video for that. You know, tried to make out it was an accident and then starts having a go at my sign, so obviously it wasn't. But these people are amongst us, you know, I'm going to get pushed around and stuff like that. Yeah, I hope I've not started the live stream too early, but, you know, I know some people are probably on the way to work watching this. Good morning, Steve, mate. Just want to say massive respect for what you're doing. Thank you for your service. Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. I know that Kelly J. Keene's coming down today. She has a lot of information on this guy who calls himself Sophia Brooks, because apparently he's been strolling and stalking her too. She said there's so much to come out. So she's going to be here doing interviews and things. I'm going to come a little bit away from the road. I don't know how good the audio is. I've not got a microphone attached to this phone here, because I've had lots of different microphones. I'd have to put an attachment into the phone and I won't be able to charge the phone at the same time. So the audio's not going to be perfect. Like I say, I think now the people, you know, like myself and others, are doing the job that those people behind me should be doing. So those people behind me there are the mainstream media. And yeah, choose your poison, guys. Who do you want delivering you on the street, you know, news? Do you want, I think, the citizen journalists, the freelance citizen YouTube journalists, or whatever platform that they're using? You know, I think we're the new media. You know, we all have our biases and things like that, but we're not going to put a slant on it. If you look at the Guardian's article, what they did, they put their slant on it. They're obviously not in favour of Graeme. It's all about Graeme being, I can't remember the full headlines, but it's all about Graeme Linehan being really, you know, harassing or attacking a trans victim. That wasn't the case. This guy, Tarquin, Sophia Brooks, he turned up at the Battle of Ideas event with the intention to harass people. He was going up. When I go on the streets, I stand there with my boards, a distance from people, and they come to me. All right? So he was holding the phones in people's faces. Quite a lot like the guy with the black and white hat was doing yesterday. You know, clearly not quite there mentally. But when you know, the predominant group of people that identify as gender dysphoric, they're people with severe autism or other mental health comorbidities. And then the government passes legislation through the Gender Recognition Act and the Equality Act that gives these people, you know, the ability to adopt a fictitious identity which has legal recognition. So if I wanted a gender recognition certificate, I could then identify as the opposite sex. You see the two words, gender, sex. The two are conflated in the Gender Recognition Act. Your sex is registered on like your birth certificate, driving license, passport, but they've called it the Gender Recognition Act. Did they not? Whether it was started with good intentions or not, and I don't believe it was started with good intentions, because I think the politicians are getting their directions from a higher authority, i.e. global organisations, you know, global think tanks, things like the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change, George Soros Open Society Foundation, all these different foundations, all right, they write policies and then they get adopted by governments. That's how it works. You know, these really influential people with money, the Gates Foundation being a massive one. So I don't think that, maybe because the politicians in my eyes are useful idiots. They're useful to the global powers, and they might think they're doing the right thing, but they're actually not. A lot of them are very self-serving. You know, they're wined and dined, and you know, they get known, and they swing in high places, so to speak. So there might be some, for most of them, some self-interest. You know, there's a rare few examples that are very altruistic. But they're given the policies, they're puppets doing the policies from a higher power, or a different power base. Andrew Yule, thank you so much for the donation there. I think that's all the way from Australia. Thank you. Yeah, so this legislation's been passed. Let me just turn this camera off so I don't waste it. Although I've just seen somebody in a mask turn up. There's somebody in, see the red hoodie over there? Pink to red hoodie. With a mask on, you can see it. I didn't know if that was the first trans rights activist. Did someone say Angela Rayner's quit? Ryan, thank you so much for the donation there, really appreciate it. Yeah, if you didn't catch the live stream yesterday, guys, what I did say, and this is absolutely the truth, I would not be here being able to cover this if it wasn't for you good people that have donated. It paid directly for my train fare and for my accommodation. It's like, what was it, 92 quid return on the train. That's because I got it in advance and off peak, and then for 3 nights, which I've got to spend down here in London, it's like 390 quid. It's not cheap in London, and it's not the best accommodation, but it's not the worst. And it's central location, it's just 5 minutes from here as well. So thank you again, guys. What I want to do is make sure, I don't want to get too near the road, but I want to make sure it's got Westminster Magistrates Court in the back, even though it's spelt back to front. Yeah, so I'm going to get more interviews today as well, but I wanted to do it a bit different. I wanted to put the live stream on the tripod because, as you saw yesterday, I was juggling the camera in one hand and the tripod in the other hand, and it didn't work. It wasn't that easy. And juggling microphones as well. Yeah, so a lot of these people that are identifying as trans now, I do see a lot of them as victims. You know, a lot of these young people, all of a sudden, this rapid onset gender dysphoria, that was a phrase coined by Lisa Lippman. Look it up, she's an academic, wrote a paper. She saw that there were predominantly young girls, but not exclusively young girls, who had no signs of any gender distress growing up. All of a sudden, hit puberty, the age of puberty, and then all of a sudden, for whatever, Sarah, thank you so much for the donation, all of a sudden identifying as trans. Now, that is a symptom of other causes, right? Maybe in a lot of cases, the young girls, they'd suffered sexual abuse. They start going through puberty. Men are starting to show interest in them, and they don't want that. So if they identify as a male, that's an escape for them. A lot of young boys, and this can be from an early age, predominantly it was young boys suffering this gender disorder. They had internalized homophobia. I've said this before, Richie Herron is a good example of this. All right, he was a young gay boy, could not see himself with another man as a man. However, if he identified as a female, then somehow in his mind, in his logic, that was acceptable. I can see some, I think these people are allies here. That girl that's just turned up, she took a photo. She's got a t-shirt saying "Fair Cop" on the front. Yeah, so definitely an ally there. I've got the mainstream media have got the cameras pointing this way. I've not seen. Last night was so busy. Didn't get back from the pub. Great. I wasn't drinking at the pub, so I had a clear head. I don't drink anymore. I got back and I was trying to go through all the messages, all the emails, all the links and tweets and retweets. He went viral with Graeme wearing these signs. That was amazing. It's literally gone worldwide. But I tell you, I edited 3 videos last night, and then I was absolutely knackered. I finished about, I think it was 11:15. Got my head down, and then I was back up again this morning at 6:45. So there's still lots more to come. And I'm going to have lots more video footage from today. But one of the reasons I haven't got my camera here now is less footage to go through. This is the footage that I'm going to capture, and I know we got a really good live audience yesterday, and maybe 10,000 views on the first live. Yeah, more of the allies are turning up now, which is good. We'll try and get some good video of Tarquin. Sophia Brooks, the main protagonist along in this story, who's taking Graeme to court. We'll try and get some good footage. Motorbike's really noisy. We'll try and get some good footage of him arriving. But of course all the TRAs will be there with their umbrellas and with the flags, trying to cover his identity. Whereas there'll be nobody covering Graeme's identity. So this is what I say, you know, when you're looking at two sides of an argument and trying to work out who might be on the right side or who's telling the truth, look for the ones that aren't trying to hide things. Look for the ones that aren't trying to shut down the debate and don't want to talk. Yeah, look for the ones that are trying to hide the face and hide their identity, right? They might use all these excuses, you know, saying, oh, well, we don't want to be attacked or doxed online. They're the worst ones for doing it, the ones that cover their faces up, you know. Those people that are putting themselves out there and, you know, are not afraid or ashamed to let people know their thoughts on a subject. They're not afraid to show their identity and who they are. You know, you can always know, as a general rule, they're the ones that are telling the truth. I will come and see you when you're back up in Manchester. Who was it? Yeah, who was that? Ryan. Okay, thanks, Ryan. The problem is as well, guys, is I can't advertise in advance where I'm going to be, because all these TRAs will just, the trans rights activists, they will just mobilise and then come and attack me. Maybe I should do it, because when they come and attack me, you know, they throw soup on me or whatever, it just gets more exposure. So I don't know, maybe I should do that. I spoke to this lady yesterday who's here behind me. Let's go this way. And she's got that sign there. It says, Glinner is a mensch. So that's a positive thing. It's some kind of person of outstanding character. I can't remember where she said the origin. Where's the origins of the word mensch again? Was it a Yiddish phrase? And what does it actually mean? We've got to look it up.
I think it's just somebody with outstanding integrity.
Someone with outstanding integrity and courage. That's Graeme Linehan, isn't it?
My compliment to describe integrity, honour and compassion.
Integrity, honour and compassion.
And then it did say self-restraint as well.
Yeah, integrity, honour and compassion. That is definitely, I think, Graeme Linehan. He's got, if you want to follow Graeme's story, I mentioned this yesterday, he's got a book called Tough Crowd. I got it on audio book and listened to it. It tells his story. It starts off as a bit of a memoir and tells his history, and then there's almost 2 parts to the book, and then it flips and it shows how I think in standing up for women's rights, and I think he might have retweeted something from J.K. Rowling. I'm not quite sure. Everybody turned on him. All the people in the TV industry didn't want to know. They're all trying to save. They're saying, "Okay, Ryan, my email, mate. It's Thoughts from the Edge of the Matrix." So the channel's called Edge of the Matrix. It used to be called Thoughts from the Edge of the Matrix. Long story, long-winded. I shortened the YouTube channel to Edge of the Matrix, and the email is thoughtsfromtheedgeofthematrix@gmail.com. So if you want to check out Graeme Linehan's book, it's called Tough Crowd. Tells you a bit about his history, and then shows everything that he's been through. How friends are really fickle. I was speaking to Graeme yesterday after the trial, and he said, "Right, there's a fire engine coming past, platform like that. Right, I thought I'll wait until that goes past before." So I'm just plugging in so the battery doesn't go. Make sure it's switched on. Yeah. Right, I've lost my track. Tell me what I was just talking about, guys. I've lost my track. I had something important to say. Oh yes. I was talking to Graeme in the pub last night, and he said, "Where did you get the name Edge of the Matrix from on the YouTube channel?" So I told him, and it was an old YouTube channel which I used filming the protests and things during the COVID era. And he said, when people look at it, they'll think, it's a real conspiratorial channel, and they might turn away from it. And I thought, well, it was a little bit like that. And I do believe there's lots of conspiracies going on, and time again, I'm proven right. I never talk about things that I can't back up. Anyway, but the point of me telling you a story with Graeme is last night he said, "Well, why don't you, there's a real man who's not afraid to identify himself behind the channel. Why don't you change the channel to something which identifies you?" So I'm probably after a little bit of feedback here, really. Do you think the channel name should be changed? Everybody knows it as Edge of the Matrix. Should it be changed to Steve James, or people started calling me Sandwich Board Steve. Should I change it to that? Or something else? Hi Charlotte. Yeah, I thought you should do that for a while, Steve. So I've got mixed responses straight away. Somebody's saying keep it the same, some people are saying change it. I'll have to put a bit of thought into it. I'd have to change my boards as well, because it says Edge of the Matrix at the bottom. Edge of the Matrix could be anything as well, couldn't it? It could cover any topics. Thank you, Robin Ross, for the donation. Really appreciated, mate. Really appreciated. It looks like we've got. I might put a poll out or something on the YouTube channel. I'll see. It's just a thought. I thought I'd run it by you guys. Let's have a look. There's more and more people. Right. More and more people turning up now. There's a lady over there with a denim jacket on. I spoke to her yesterday. She's from Leeds. I wonder if she'll come on camera and talk. She's got a story. Her young son has started to identify as being trans. and she's telling me about it. She's inside the court. What I'll do, I'll see if she wants to tell a story. I'll go over, I'll point the camera in her face and see if she wants to. How are you doing? Are you all right? Yeah. Did you have a good night? Yeah. I'm live streaming. I'm not pointing it at you because I didn't know if you wanted to be on camera or not. And I just said that lady over there from Leeds, who I spoke to yesterday, has got a story about her son identified as trans. Do you want to tell your story on camera? I've got a live stream audience of 260 people at the minute.
Not on camera.
Not on camera.
Yeah, because I can't listen to you.
Okay, right, no worries. All right. Yeah, she doesn't want to speak. She don't want to speak about it on camera, which is fair enough, and that's why I didn't obviously go and, as they say, doorstep her with a camera in her face. That's a shame. That she was just concerned about her son seeing this. But it's difficult because as a mother, you don't want to lose your son, but you know she doesn't want to affirm her son's delusion because she knows how harmful it can be. For me, the worst type of people are the mums and the fathers that will affirm this and push them down this pathway. And there's no turning back for those people, you know, when they've done irreversible harm. I mean, when I did the interview with Eli, if you've not seen the interview with Eli, it's on the channel. Look for the black and white thumbnail with a young man that looks a little bit like John Lennon. He's a detransitioner, although he only went down the first route. There's three routes to transition as I see it. People might tell me there's more. First, the social transition, that's changing your name and your pronouns and letting everybody know. Then there's the medication pathway, which is the hormone blockers or puberty blockers as they're usually called, but the hormone blockers, they can use them on people that pass puberty. And then there's and the cross-sex hormones, so you could argue that that's another 2 stages, so that's 3. And then what I suppose the 4th and final stage is the surgical transition. So whether you want to class the puberty blockers and the hormone blockers as 2 separate phases or 1, you know, doesn't really matter. So Eli had gone down the first stage, which was a social, got his family affirmed that, religious family, Catholic family. Being gay within Catholicism, I think, is seen as being an abomination. So he couldn't tell his family, but once he told them, he discovered transgenderism online. He said to his family that was what he thinks he was. And then they did their research and affirmed him as that. His mother went to Mermaids, which I will talk about, horrible charity. Susie Green took her 16-year-old son to Thailand to be castrated, age 16. The former CEO of Mermaids. So Eli's mum went online, went to Mermaids, and they said all his problems will disappear if you affirm him in his transgender identity. And then he went on to see the Gender Identity Service in Leeds, Seacroft Hospital, I think it is. They told him to wait a year. He was 17. The doctor said, the doctor affirmed it, wait a year, I will what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I'll make you an appointment with the Adult Gender Identity Service in Leeds. And then he went there. Thank you for the donation, Phil Bright. Went there and they give him hormone blockers and cross-sex hormones. He was on tablets and injections. So that's the second stage, or second or third stages of the transition. Now, when Eli realised he made a dreadful mistake, he said it was so hard to be able to tell people, so much so that at the time of doing the interview, he still had not told his parents that he's detransitioned. Can you imagine how difficult it is to go back after that? So I think I came onto this subject because I was speaking to that lady from Leeds, and her son has gone through the social transition, but she hasn't affirmed his delusion, and I don't think he's gone down this medical pathway. Did someone say the lesbian cartel? Are they in the house? Oh, hello. The lesbian cartel, Kay and Roshi. Guys, just a quick shout out to the two Manchester YouTubers, Kay and Roshi. They've both got YouTube channels. Collectively, they're the lesbian cartel. Their individual YouTube channels are MKR Audits for Kay and My Brakes Don't Work for Roshi. I thought there was some kind of philosophical reason for Roshi choosing that name, My Brakes Don't Work. Is there something psychological going on? Is there something, you know, is that prominent to why you put this channel? Is it like a metaphor for something? And she said, no, my brakes don't work on my bike. And I thought that was really funny. I think that's the story, right? Isn't it, Roshi? But I thought that was funny. I thought there was a deep hidden meaning behind it. Anyway, check out those two guys' YouTube channels. They go around Manchester auditing. They do live streams from the protests at the migrant hotels. Two great girls that I've met doing what I do. And those two, they're the lesbian cartel. They're lesbians. They can see how harmful this agenda is. This whole idea. Oh, here we go. Something's happening. Hang on, guys. Okay, guys. Graeme's here. Graeme Linehan. So, thank you. Hi, Graeme. Here's his troll.
There is some. No, it's all right.
I just read the Wallace's timeline. Oh, he's brilliant. Wasn't it great?
How are you feeling today, Graeme?
Good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good, thank you. Anything you'd like to say to the people that watch it? We've got about 300 people.
Hello, see you in the pub later. Don't really have much to say.
Thanks, Graeme.
I think it's going to be another good day.
Cheers.
You did a good job yesterday.
Thank you.
As
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, things have gone viral. Absolutely. Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, it's good. Yeah.
How am I doing?
How are you doing? How are you doing? Anything you'd like to say today? What's your name?
Have you gone viral yet?
Pardon?
Have you gone viral yet?
Well, I think Graeme wearing these signs has gone viral. Are you wearing opposition to Graeme, would you say? Because we had a bit of a good conversation when we first kind of chatted yesterday, and it'd be nice to have one nice and respectful.
I didn't talk to you much.
Yeah, I know. So, how come you're here today? Would you want to say anything?
Sorry. Is this the start of the? This is the
No,
start of the queue?
no. The back of the queue's there.
Oh, I was already here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there anything you'd like to say to people watching? At all? I don't want to harass you. I just want to have a conversation.
Depends how many views you've got.
There are 289. Because I know.
Oh, you're making some good money from this.
Somebody's made a bit of donations. That helps to travel down here from Manchester. Yeah, because it costs a lot of money. I haven't made enough to cover it yet, but it's getting close. Because we've got good people there.
What do you think you'll need to get that money?
Only a few hundred. You know,
donations.
nearly 400 quid. But I mean, that's not really the
So
topic
are
of
you doing
discussion
this
that I
for
want.
profit?
No, not at all. I'm doing this to get the message out that this ideology is quite harmful.
So
What do you
can I
think?
ask you why
Yeah.
you've got these colours
Yes.
on your sandwich board?
Yeah.
Are you doing that to deceive people?
No, because what it does, I'm doing this because what it does is it sparks conversations with people, so they'll see these colours from a distance.
But then
Yeah.
they'll find out that you're against transgender people.
Well,
So it's
I'm
like,
against the ideology,
So what you're
not
doing,
the
it's like
people.
a switcheroo. So
Yeah.
people see these colours and then they see that you stand against transgender people.
Not against the people, against the
well,
ideology.
Yeah, because it's the precise opposite of trans pride.
It's against the ideology,
It's
yeah,
a
gender
trans
ideology.
pride flag, but you're on the other side of it.
Yes.
So it's basically,
Yeah, absolutely.
basically designed to trick people.
Well, it doesn't trick them. From a distance, they see
So
it.
is this a trans pride flag that you're displaying to people?
This is a trans flag,
Are
yeah.
you
You know it.
displaying that as a trans flag?
Yeah, it's a trans colours,
Right,
yes.
so you are manipulating.
Well, they can see it from a distance, they'll see it. And then what happens is they'll get closer and they'll see the message on it and they'll see that I'm against the ideology, right? And then
But couldn't you do the same thing with just a white board with your own
I
colours?
I could
You
do
didn't,
that.
but you didn't do that.
No, I chose to do
so
this.
what's the benefit of doing it like that?
It sparks more conversation. So people from a distance that maybe like yourself, that are pro the trans ideology, it's like when a fly is attracted to light. You see, a fly will see light in the distance and it'll fly towards the light, hypnotised, and then they'll see it. But flies are also attracted to turds. And you can use whatever ideology you want. It might be attracted to a big steaming turd, which I believe this flag is.
To transgender people as turds.
No, the flag. I said the flag. Quite
No,
clearly.
you're talking about flies landing on turds. I think
Yes,
it's a disgusting,
we're talking about the flag.
It's a disgusting
Yeah.
thing to say about any person or any group.
I never said it about a person. I said it about the flag. What you're doing is trying to strawman me and twist your words, twist my words.
If you're going to use disgusting language towards me, then I don't want to engage with you.
It wasn't towards you at all. It was an identifier for the flag. It was like a metaphor for flies being attracted to things. And he was asking me why I use this flag. And that was it. Could be, to you it's a shining light, to me it's a steaming turd. Yeah. There you go, guys.
Good, thank you.
He had a lot to say to Graeme yesterday, but he's lost his tongue now. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, I hope you like that. That was the guy that was trolling Graeme yesterday. Did you like the little? Did you like the flag?
They're doing me at that too, isn't it?
Yes.
Aye.
Brilliant. Have you just put that up?
Aye.
Thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. Okay. But do you know what? I think clearly, I didn't want to hassle that guy too much. I didn't stick the phone in his face. I think clearly he's just like Tarquin. He's a trans rights activist. I think he has autism. Unfortunately, autistic people, they are victims of the ideology. See, I mean, but having said that, he's a clever guy, you know. He's obviously, you know, he knows what live streams are. He knows that people donate. He tried to switch it to, oh, you're just in this for the money. And then when we're talking about the flag or the ideology, he's trying to make out that I'm talking about the people. But no, I think, you know, the young people are the victims predominantly of this ideology, but not all of them. I wouldn't say Tarquin or Sophia Brooks, who's the main protagonist in this case, is really a victim. That what this ideology does, it allows people that, you know, would not normally be noticed in society, you know, they would be just everyday people, nothing special about them. It gives them something, particularly if they've got slight autism, that they can really focus on and they can exploit it. The whole legislation, in my eyes, you know, the Gender Recognition Act and the Equalities Act needs to be repealed. Is that the word, repealed, and changed? I'm trying to read some of these. Where are you off to next, Steve? I can't say where I'm off to next, because if I say where I'm going in advance, then the TRAs will be there waiting for me. What I can tell you though, guys, in fact, I can tell you 2 locations where I'm going. We're going to be back down in London on September the 13th for the Freedom of Speech rally run by Stephen Yaxley Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson. It's a freedom of speech cause, and oh, here we go, here are the TRAs, there they are. Here's the TRAs, same ones as before. As you can see, let me go here. Let me go just about here. Sorry ladies, I'm just trying to get the TRAs in. There you go. That group there that's covering the face, they're the ones. They've got flags and umbrellas, and soon as Tarquin comes, they're going to cover him with umbrellas because they don't want people seeing who he is. What's he got to hide? Yeah, they're there. I have a police officer in the background as well. I don't know if you can see it. There he is. So yeah, they're dead quiet, dead sheepish, you know, shaking a little bit, and then they spring into life when Tarquin appears, and they'll put all the. Listen, I'm going to take this lead out so it doesn't get caught. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna thank you so much for your support, Robert Riley. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go over here because I think Tarquin is going to come from this direction, and if I can get him on video, there they are, there's all the TRAs. If I can get him on video before he's surrounded, we get to see him in all his heavenly glory. Yeah. So that person in the purple hoodie there, he's a troon. A troon is a man that pretends that he's a woman. It's slandic. I'm learning all these new phrases. It's a slur, and I don't mind using slur words against men that identify or dress up as women and go in their spaces. I'll do that. I'll use those terms all day. You know. So he's there, got a purple hoodie on and a black face mask. He had like one of these strappy tops on yesterday. I think he's been taking a bit of estrogen as well, because he's developed some moobs. So, yeah. I don't think, I'm sure he came from this direction yesterday. So,
Free speech, good luck, mate.
yeah, thank you, mate. Cheers. That guy's just saying free speech there, thank you. So, yeah, there they are. There they all are, all the TRAs. Let me tell you what as well. Oh, damn it. That was recording. I thought it was switched off. Right, I'm going to make sure that's recording. So, because the TRAs are around, I want to be able to catch video from every angle. How many we've got in the house? 395 people in the house. Yeah, I think the one in the red jacket is a troon as well. Because you don't often get women that tall, that broad. They exist. I think, talking about size, I'm the average size of a woman, you know, but I wouldn't change a thing. I am what I am. Because it's weird, you know, I get, when they try and have digs at me, these TRAs, they say to me, "Ooh, you're the size of a trans man." A trans man, remember, trans equals pretend, a pretend man. You're the size of a woman pretending to be a man. So, you know, they just say, you know, people can't change who they are. Let everybody be who they want to be and who they are. And then they you know, have digs at me. Hello, how you doing? Yes, I'm live streaming. I hope you.
Yeah, all right. That's
If
fine.
you want to be on.
Yeah, that's fine. Good day yesterday.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it's really good.
I was amazed that they put that the prosecution witness was such a good witness for the defence.
Yeah.
He was crap.
Yeah, bear in mind we're live streaming. Can
that's fine.
can we say anything about the trial yet? I don't think we can.
We can't.
Yeah, we
no,
can't. Yeah, so
but,
just bear that in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So
It's a sport,
yeah,
man.
Tarquin, who was he ended up a good witness.
There's a lot on Twitter about his many aliases.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Right.
Including, probably best not to say.
Okay, yeah.
Go and look for it on Twitter.
Yeah. What I'm doing, keep your eyes out because he's going to turn up any minute now.
Who?
Tarquin,
Yeah, he's got his phalanx of
they're
spear bearers.
Yeah. So I think he's going to turn up from this direction.
I'm going to pop in because I'll be in the gallery.
Oh, you're
I'll
going
be
in.
making notes from the gallery, which I will
Okay.
put out.
Yeah. Right.
So
Okay.
anyway, have a good day.
Yeah. All right. See you later. Yeah, so as well, my phone isn't as secure on this tripod, on this selfie stick tripod, as my camera was. It's only held in by one of those springy things, whereas when I put my other camera on it, it's really fixed and secured. So I've got to be careful because all these TRAs here, they like to camera grab and knock things. So you never know. I don't want to, I mean, I'm going to get in the mix of it, of course I am, because I'm going to try and get the shot. We need to get the shot of Tarquin. Let me see, if I'm just going to try and turn the camera around. If I press that, yes, right, that turns it round. So when he comes, I'm going to turn it round like that and I'll be able to, I didn't do it when Graeme come, I was a little bit behind the door on that one. There's a guy there from the Irish media. He's actually brought himself a ladder. Let me just show you. So he's got a massive camera. Can you see? I think I can zoom in. There you go. He's got a ladder ready to get the shot. Yeah. So because I can zoom in, let's have a look at some of these. Let's have a look at some of these TRAs a little bit closer. I know it gets a bit shaky, guys. I'll do my best to keep it. So the two on the right here. Whoops. There you go. Look at them big butch fellas. See the one in the purple knows what I'm doing. He's turning round. Is that one in the red blog? It's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be. It's got to be. A picture you could smell. Yeah, that's what Graeme got. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, guys. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Ross R. Rob, thank you very much for... Sorry, let me get your name right. Rob or Ross, thank you very much for the donation. Is that a second one for today? If it is, thank you so much, mate. I know you did it yesterday as well. Much appreciated. Come on, Tarquin, where are you? Instead of looking at me, let's have a look at the troons again. They'll think that I'm, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. So they think now that because it's on a selfie stick, that it's pointed at me because I've got it on an angle. So they don't know that I'm, let's have a look. See how much you can smell them. Can you smell them from there? Anarchist flag. Still no sign of him yet, guys. Still no sign. How many we got? 466 tuned in. That's not bad for... I don't even... Can somebody tell me what the time is? Because my time's on the phone and I can't see it. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Dan Cunningham. Thank you very much for the donation, mate. Much appreciated. $429 people in the house. That's really good. I think thousands have viewed the live stream. For those that have joined, I did say this earlier on. I couldn't believe it yesterday when Graeme grabbed the signs. It's made the front page of a lot of articles. I've not seen any newspapers, but I know a lot of online articles showed the signs, which was fantastic. You know, Riley Gaines even shared it. You know, she was the swimmer. Oh, here's another TRA. Let's have a look. Here he is. There he is. Let's have a look. There you go. There he is. Yeah, Riley Gaines was the swimmer, but I think she lost races to that bloke that called himself Leah Thomas. You know, he's bloody good enough athlete on his own. You know, all right, he's never going to win any national championships as a man, but he's a bloody good athlete. But there he is in a woman's bathing suit, all his bulge hanging out, taking titles from women. I just do not get that mindset. We think most people have mindsets like our own, but what is it that motivates certain individuals? Here we go. Let me turn this. There we go. Who knows what he said there? What was that message there? Lisa needs help, MKR for mud. Oh, here we go, something's happening. Here we go, guys. They're moving. They're moving as a pack. So, Tarquin's coming. Tarquin's definitely coming. Oh, here we go. Here he is. Here's Mr. Troon getting his brolly out. Look, here he is. Look, there you go. Tarquin's on his way. Don't you dare touch me. I'm just telling you. Do not get anywhere near me. I'm warning you right now, mister. So Tarquin is definitely on his way somewhere. Tarquin's coming. Let me turn you around. I'll turn it round, so I need the camera in this direction. He's definitely coming from somewhere. Somewhere around here. Hi, sorry mate, I weren't purposely pointing at you. So there they are. Let's get the sun behind me and a shot on them because, you know, camera work, you go bum to the sun. Right, there's a top tip, bum to the sun, and then, look at that, there you go. The sun's normally shining on your subject, but these are like, you know, gothic vampires, these lot. And they're seeking darkness and shade. See, I'll give you an example. I'll turn this round and obviously you can see it doesn't look too good now because the camera's pointing into the sun. I'm not even pointing the camera at him. So, but if I turn around like that, you can see the sun's now on me and it's a better picture. So anybody doing any videoing, top tip, bum to the sun. It's actually bum of the camera to the sun because I've got my bum to the sun now, but the camera's looking at me. It means bum to the sun and your camera's pointing forward like that. But yeah. I just had a thought then. I wonder if they're trying to do a decoy to get me to come away. And then Tarquin will slip in. But they're not that clever. The issue with doing this as well is, I know obviously the board's a prominent part of what I do. Oh, got a copper coming this way. Is he going to come towards me? No. So I need to have the boards on, but obviously the boards restrict my movement and mobility a little bit. Because I'd be able to outrun any of these youngsters here. They spend too much time indoors in dark places and they don't get out and keep themselves fit. But when I've got these boards on, obviously it will restrict my movement a little bit, so I can't run that fast. I'm just thinking if we do see Tarquin, I could leg it towards him. Obviously, I'm not going to shove my camera right in his face. I'm going to keep a respectable distance, but I want to get the shot. I want you to see him for who he is. Mod MKR. Right, okay. I can see that coming up. People are saying Lisa needs help modding, so MKR. I don't know how to do that or add her as a moderator while I'm doing this, but it's something I'll get onto it and I'll do it. I can...
Morning, Steve.
Morning. All right.
Hey.
All right. Right, hold on, I think I've done it. Can manage block words and change chat. Right, okay, you're in. Someone call me a wanker. See that guy? Okay, MKR, you're in. You're in, K. Oh, here we go. We've got. So look, so this guy or girl, don't know, can't tell what it is. This what do you call them? And I've not watched. Well, I have watched a bit of the. They talk about Voldemort. That's Harry Potter, innit, and J.K. Rowling. Are these people out? What do they call like the foot soldiers to Voldemort? That's what these are, I think. Is Voldemort the big baddie? Not quite sure. I don't know what the weather's like back home up north, but it's absolutely gorgeous down here in the big smoke. Yeah, I think the police can't make people take masks off generally. I just saw something in the chat about masks, but they can impose certain restrictions on areas, which means that they have to remove the masks. But people just walking round, they can cover their faces up. And you can blame it, that got normalised during COVID, so you can, you know, you can attribute some of this mask wearing to that. It normalised it. Yeah. Let's just look at this over there. Keeps looking at me. Just the look of emptiness in the faces. Wait until it turns round. Should turn round in a minute. There you go. Look at those eyes. Look into those eyes. There you go. Look at that. Outside of these groups as well, these people are nothing. You know, they'll just sit quietly in a corner, head down. They don't have anything about them at all. I wonder if this copper knows that they're coming. Something's happening. Something's happening. I wonder if that copper let them know that he's coming this way. Oh look. Oh look. They're having a conflab about me. Yeah. Do you know, somebody just said, be careful, mate. Listen, I've got nothing to fear from that lot, you know. Bunch of wet lettuces, you know. They only show a little bit of bravery when they're together in a crowd. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, nothing to be afraid of with them lot. They're not like a baying mob, really. Bunch of pasty vegans. Sorry to any vegans out there that follow the channel, but you know. Oh. Eli, nice to have you in the house. Thank you so much for the donation. Guys, if you've not seen the interview we did with Eli, such a great young man, great brave transitioner, he's in the chat watching. Show him some love. Something's happening. Something's happening, guys. Come on. Maybe not. The umbrella. It's a beautiful sunny day and they've got umbrellas. Look at this poor guy here, this homeless guy pushing his trolley with everything that he owns in it. That's just a reflection of what's happening in society today. Yeah, if he'd come over on a boat across the English Channel, he'd be up in a hotel now. Hiya, mate. Say again? Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, cheers. That was in there. Yeah, that guy, if he come over in a boat across the English Channel, you know, listen, let me just get this on the record. I do have compassion, you know, if there are genuine refugees, asylum seekers that are fleeing wars, which, you know, the military industrial complex has started, you know, and our, you know, government has played its part in, you know. I think they should, people that are fleeing war-torn families, you know, kids, women, children and families, you know, I think we have a responsibility to look after them people. Here's Tarquin. Oh no. No, it's more Troons. Not Tarquin, more Troons. Oh. Here we go, let's check him out. Ah, he's one of them. He's got to be one of them. Hi.
What a wonderful
Hi.
Sunday.
Here they are, let's go. Look at him, here's the flags. Do not touch me, whatever you do. There's Tarquin, blue jeans.
You big bird.
Oh, get your hands off.
Don't put it in my personal space.
Not in your face, in your face.
Only Stephanie's going to cover it.
Yeah.
Because all the stress.
No, you haven't got any stress.
And today.
There we go.
Like a game of cat and mouse, isn't it? With the open dagger. Sorry, I'm trying not to catch you in my words.
Stephanie Hayden sits in the dark wondering what to do. Who can I sue?
It's Mr. Minnow.
When your litigation is how you do. One more time, everybody join in. Stephanie Hayden sits in the dark wondering what to do. Who can I sue? Oh, Stephanie Hayden.
So here's Mr. Minnow
What are
here.
you gonna do when your litigation
Don't touch me.
There's a
Get off me.
final-
Well, don't put that in my face then, alright?
Yeah. Don't touch him, don't put an umbrella in his
Yeah.
face, okay?
Yeah, if you come in my
Everything you
personal
do.
space, I'll have to defend myself.
Trans women
Yeah.
are men!
Yeah.
Trans women are men! Trans women are men! Trans women are men! Trans women are men! Trans women are men!
There you go, there's
Trans
Mr.
women
Minnow.
are men!
There you go.
Trans women are men! Trans women are men! Trans women are men! Trans women are men!
And you can see
Trans
lots of them
women are
here.
men, and thank you, Supreme Court!
Yeah, I will. Yeah. We're in a public place, mate.
Hello, lovely. Oh, it's just in time.
I don't think I'm going to get that.
They did that yesterday to me in Edinburgh.
Did they?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
There's only one
I don't
of
think
them.
we'll get it. We're going live, Mr. Minnow. Do you want to speak to how many we got?
To the world.
To the world.
Hello,
about-
world is an important message. Trans women are man. The Supreme Court made that very clear. We've always known this, of course. All these men with magical lady feels, they've been absolutely taking the piss, and they've had the red carpet rolled out to them. This, by the way, is a legendary woman who's kicking ass with...
Put your sign up. Put your sign
Oh,
up.
sign. Wow. Can you see it?
Sort of.
Sort of. I'll go behind you, right? Like that?
Yeah.
It's not raining, you know.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Lovely.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, too many cameras. Right. So, good morning. Hello, YouTube people.
Mr. Minnow on YouTube, yeah?
Mr. Menno. M-R-M-E-N-N-O. Men. No. I mean, that's my name. It's a
Yes.
Dutch name, and it means butch. Haha.
Yeah.
Anyways, so has Graeme gone in already?
He has gone in this morning
Okay.
about half an hour ago.
Okay. I should have got up
Yeah.
earlier. But,
Yeah. Tell people about your YouTube channel and what you do.
Right, well, I got involved in this whole hoo-ha 5 years ago. And Steve's going up and down the country with this signs. I go to different events, I report on different events, but I started off kind of taking the piss out of the whole thing because I thought
Yeah.
it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can swear, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I started making songs, like parody songs. Did you ever see any of
Well, I've seen you when you go to these events and the way you sing. You've got a cracking voice, by the way.
Right, so...
I've not seen the parody songs online yet.
Okay, I'll tell you about one of them.
Yeah.
I did one to the YMCA.
Yeah.
Because they're always telling us that we can't tell the difference between a man and a woman, or like how can you tell? Like, apparently I can't tell whether you're a man or a
Yes.
trans man
Yeah.
or a trans woman even,
Yeah.
whatever. So one day I saw a bloke
Yeah.
in a skirt and high heels, you know, the stripper kind, and it was like the 31st of December, it was really cold. And I only saw him from the corner of my eye, women's clothes, long fake blonde hair, and I just thought, that's a man. But so then
Yeah.
I just sort of sat back, just curious, you know, just asking myself, how did I know that? If you're not supposed to tell, and despite
Yeah.
the whole
Yes.
presentation. And then this line came into my mind, I guess it must be that Y chromosome.
Wow.
So then I wrote a whole song about it, like, young man, why'd you think that you pass? I said, young man, have you been smoking grass? I said, young man,
Amazing.
you're in your own sex class and you'll never be a... Come on.
Woman.
Yes!
Sorry. I was thinking of the next question to ask you after that. So, for a bit of context for people that don't know your YouTube channel, okay,
Right.
a bit about yourself. So you're a gay man, right?
100%
proud gay man.
super duper gay.
Yeah.
And
And tell us why you're standing against this trans ideology.
well, I came across the idea of, I was supportive at first. I had friends who, you know, when they went to the hospital to have their penises inverted, I'd go and support them, and I'd get them a pink card that said, it's
So
a
that
girl.
actually happened to some of your friends?
well, they're not friends anymore because I don't toe the line. But as soon as I started asking I was very supportive because I thought whatever I've gone through as a gay man, and especially as a bit of a gay man, for them it must be 100 times worse.
Yeah.
So I came from quite an emotional place, but at the same time a very superficial place, right? Because I hadn't even looked into anything or considered the stuff.
Yeah, you're a compassionate person who wanted to be kind. Yeah.
I fell into that trap. So then I once went to London Pride 2019, and I was dressed up as Theresa May, or in those days Theresa Gay, because I was doing some.
She was very forward in pushing this agenda,
Right.
wasn't she?
But I did a song to Amy Winehouse's Rehab about her going back and forth between Westminster and Brussels, try to renegotiate the backstop. They said no, nice, no. So somebody saw that, and then they asked me to come to London Pride 2019, together with a Boris Johnson impersonator to do some campaigning around the second referendum.
Yeah.
I'm a Dutch guy, and living in the UK, I thought, oh, it's better if we stay in.
Oh, Kelly J. Keane, yeah.
Right, she's hotter, right?
Yeah.
So you need to get her.
Yeah. Do you want me to? Yeah, we'll finish. Do you want to finish the story in a sec?
Sure.
Maybe.
Kelly, Jay. What do you think of that?
Let's see if she wants us. Let's have a look. Right, I'll go and speak to Kelly. Kelly, would you like to say, I'm live streaming, I'm not pointing the camera at you yet. Would you like to say some words on a live stream about this? Right, brilliant. Okay guys, I think a lot of you know Kelly J. Keane. She's been a real stalwart in standing up to this, and she's part of the reason I do what I do today. Do you want to say a few words about the case, Kelly? Anything?
Well, I don't want to talk about the case because I don't want to put anyone in any jeopardy, but I reported a website. No, I'm not going to talk about him.
Right, okay.
But I reported a website to Wiltshire Police that doxed my children and when they went to school in 2019. Yeah. And they said, well, I do say bad things online. So
you deserve it.
Well, I just think the police are totally culpable, and I think the College of Policing needs to be abolished. And I think every single trans-identified person or anyone with a trans-identified cause should be totally dismissed from the police as a matter of urgency. Awesome. I think we've had enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kelly.
All right,
Thank you. Right, let's get back to Mr. May. Oh, here he is.
Right, yeah, I don't know.
Are you going in?
I don't know. Well,
you can go in, yeah. Okay.
Right, so quickly. So basically, that's when I first came across the slogan, trans women are men.
Yeah.
And I just thought that makes no sense to me. Like, just from a linguistic point of view, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, when I write songs, I like playing with language, I like subverting language. But this just made no sense to me. Yeah. So then I started looking into it, and I thought, whoa, I'm sure you have the same thing. As soon as you go down that rabbit hole, it's like, whoa, things are crazy. I realized if I was a 12-year-old today, I would be knocking on that gender clinic's door saying, give me those bloggers now, please. Yeah. So that's when it got more personal. I also have a twin who I think would have had a worse case of that, because she was always such a tomboy, you know, climbing trees, beating up kids, catching fish. It's like, how? She'd just bring home a fish. We're like, how did you do that? Very assertive, whereas I was always the arty-farty, kind of girly, weepy child. I wanted to be Crystal Carrington from Dynasty, you know.
Yeah, you were an ideal case for the Tavish job.
Right, but also imagine if someone like Susie Green had caught us both, or Dr. John Money or whatever. Yeah. I once played a transsexual in a documentary about Dr. John Money, Anyway, that's a whole other story. It's BBC Horizon, it was 2004. Right. Anyway, I'm talking lots. And then once I was given a leaflet for a weekend away for gay men. That was just for gay men. And it was specifically to talk around mental health challenges that gay men face, because we live in a straight society, right? How do you deal with that? And how has this led to internalized homophobia, that kind of stuff. So I think that's very important for gay men to address.
Did you have any of that at all?
Oh yeah, but that's a whole other story.
Right, okay.
But the point was, on the leaflet, it said on the back, And it was so specific about being for gay men and with a mental health focus. And then on the back it said, this is open to anyone who identifies as a gay man. And that's when I completely lost it, blew my top. I'm not a confrontational person. I avoid conflict.
People wouldn't think that when you
No,
go out
but
doing your
that's why for this-
YouTube videos, which are amazing, by the way.
That's why for this, it really takes me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I'm so clear on this and determined to end this nonsense. I have such conviction.
Yeah.
Because, for fuck's sake, they're trying to tell us that these blokes here earlier, that they're women.
Yeah.
They're trying to tell me that gay men have vaginas. There's another song coming about that.
Isn't
I
it
beg
brilliant?
your pardon. I won't be going down your lady garden.
Amazing.
And a few weeks ago, I was at a camping weekend for men only.
Yes. I remember seeing about
Well,
it.
you can guess the rest.
Yeah.
So
yeah. There
that's
were
something
women
I'm
there. Yeah,
taking
of
on at the
course.
moment.
Awesome. Yeah.
Anyways,
Brilliant.
blah, blah,
We'll
blah, blah.
collaborate in the future, I think. I think we
Well,
really
I was
should.
thinking, and I don't know if it's, I don't know. You've got this sign, it's a very clear statement. If I stood next to you with a rainbow sign, with a message that's particular about gay men don't have vaginas, lesbians don't have penises,
Yes.
Together it sends a clear message. If we then had a third person, a woman, representing it from a woman's point of view,
Yeah,
we
I
could
know.
have
I've got 2 lesbian friends as well that could come on. We're talking about you, Kay and Roshi, the lesbian cartel.
the lesbian cartel,
Yes.
yes! And we should bring Ned.
Yeah, let's do it.
just-
We'll collaborate in the future, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to do.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for your YouTube.
And your channel is growing like woof.
Yeah, and thanks for yours because your channel is very educational. I learn a lot from watching your videos because
Okay.
you do your research. Keep doing that,
Yes,
it's
but
amazing.
I spent a year doing research
Yeah,
before I spoke out
right, okay.
because I want to know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
I don't just want to talk shit. It needs to be quality.
yeah,
And I never set out to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I just made a couple of videos. Now this is what I do full time. And I need to find ways to work quicker and faster
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
maybe I spend too much time doing research now.
yeah. There's a balance to be had between good quality videos, but it takes so long to produce them.
Yeah.
You
and
normally put them out live on a Sunday night, don't you?
mostly.
Mostly.
I mean, I put out videos now once a week.
Or a
I
premiere
try,
on
I
a
try,
Sunday
yeah,
night.
premiere
That's
on
it,
a
your
Sunday.
premiere, not live.
And like yesterday, I was in Edinburgh filming a big protest there. That was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
It was so good.
Okay.
And there were hundreds of women, mainly.
and you've done a video about it.
Yeah, and maybe 12 TRAs.
Right.
At one point, it was just the one, and they're always shouting at us. There's many more of us than you.
Yeah.
And they feel really smug. And this time it was the other way around. So I went up to the one guy when he was just on his own,
Yeah.
and he was playing really loud music to drown out the women. And I said, how does it feel to be on this other side now? And then he called the police and he's like, oh, being harassed, being harassed. And this is a man who only goes to women's events with a big fat sound system, blares loud music, and then shouts through a microphone, including expletives,
Yeah.
at women who just want to go and see a movie or who want to talk about victims of female genital mutilation, stuff like that, or women's rights. And he's standing there all bold and brave with his big noise and his growly voice. Fuck you!
Yeah. And
And
all
then
of a sudden he's a victim.
And he's like, oh, I need a police escort.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's been milking that on Instagram all day yesterday.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Man is harassing me. Oh, get over yourself. And we've got the same type of character in here,
Yeah.
who's absolutely fucking spiteful. And I put a whole thread about him up on
On
X.
X. Okay. Mr. Menno on X as well.
Yeah, lots of people have been quote tweeting it because it gives a history of
what
he's
he's done, right.
and how nasty he is, and that at the time he would have only been 15 or 16. So my question is, who got him involved in that?
Yeah.
And that will be Fred Wallace
Okay.
and Mr. Stephanie Hayden.
Yeah.
They've
I've seen these
I
names
think
popping up all the
have
time.
Put him up to this.
Yeah.
They're his friends. A
Yeah.
15-year-old doesn't just get into
So
this.
he's been groomed by them, do you think?
That's what I think. Also, he posed as a detransitioner at the Let Women Speak events to get information.
infiltrate,
And
yeah.
I think that's how people got hold of my mobile phone number. And I've been receiving very strange nuisance calls.
Really?
Yes. Anyways, on
Right.
that note,
Yes. Get in
hello,
there.
audience, and
Thank
goodbye.
you so much. I'll speak to you
I'll
later.
see you later.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Thank you. Guys, the fabulous Mr. Menno. You know, I've been following his channel. If you haven't, give him a sub on his channel because he deserves, let me just put this up, he deserves a bigger following. He's got a fairly big following, maybe about 35,000 subs or something like that, so that's pretty good. But the videos that he produces are top notch. You can see he's quite a flamboyant character. That comes across in his videos. Check out the video he did of Manchester Pride. That went out just last week. See, a lot of people like to see the videos the next day after the event or on the same evening of the event. Mr. Menno's normally come out a week later. So people, there's a good and a bad thing about that. People have moved on to the next event after that because people want news straight away. But you can't put a quality video together within a few hours with all the background information. And he does that. If a character will come up and harass him, what he often does is then does some research into that person and then put the information up on the screen to give it some context. So give him a follow on YouTube, Mr. Menno. Give him a follow on X. He's just said he's put up a thread about Tarquin, who's in court today. So, and this has been said by a few people. He's not working alone. He's working with other older people. And I tell you what, let me give credit where credit's due. I hate to do this, but the TRAs there, the trans rights activists, they did a fantastic job with the umbrellas, stopping me getting a picture of him. I tried that. The police, they're in the background here, let me just show you them. Fair play to them, the police. The police did what they have to do. They haven't really spoke to me, the police. They spoke to the TRAs because they were complaining that I was damaging their umbrellas, what they were sticking in my face. Right, guys, this live stream has been going on for 87 minutes now. Can someone give me a heads up about what time it is, because I can't tell? There's not a lot going to happen now until lunchtime, so I'll probably do what I did yesterday. I'll do 3 live streams for the day. I'll do a lunchtime live stream for when people come out, get, what they've said during the day. I might even try and get into the courtroom. I don't know, no. I don't know, I'll have a think about whether I'm going to go into the courtroom. But there's definitely not going to be a lot happening outside here today. But to be fair, I could do with a bit of a rest. I was on it non-stop yesterday. Hiya, mate, all right, thank you. Yes, he's in there now.
Okay, no way.
Someone asking about Graeme's court case. Yeah, I did a bit of a collab with Mr. Menno on the spur of the moment at the Manchester trans rights protest. It's privileges. When they say trans rights are human rights, when you hear trans rights, substitute that for trans privileges. And remember, we're substituting trans for pretend. Pretend privileges. They want access to women's spaces, basically. Yeah, guys, we've got 500 people in the house, but I think I'm going to end the live stream. I don't like to do it when we've got a good audience. I don't know if there's something going on the chat with something. I can see Kay, the auditor, saying I'm not the problem. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, let's go down to the bottom. Yeah, there's not as much going on today as there was yesterday. Yeah, I did a bit of a collab with Mr. Menno at the Manchester trans rights protest, and we have been in contact since then as well. So yeah, I'll definitely do a collab with him. Yeah, guys, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to knock it on the head. I'll, relax a little bit, go and get myself a coffee. I'll decide whether or not I'm going to go into the courtroom. But if I go into the courtroom, I've got to get all my kit off, which means going back to the apartment, coming here, going in it. It's probably going to be standing room only. I don't like going in courtrooms. No, I probably won't do that. Okay, so let me just say hello and shout out to a few people in the house. I've just seen Pandora Chaser. Thank you for being in the house. Pandora, he always leaves fantastic messages on and comments on the videos. He's very clued up as to what's going on, and it's really gives me some reflection when I read what he has to say. Who else is there? Let me go back. Who else is that? Mary, how are you coming back later today? I'm not coming back to Manchester today. Reason being is I would have had to vacate the apartment now, and I've had all my kit with me and I couldn't do it. So I'm going to stay here. Hold on, let me just turn this round. We've got a masked up goon coming out. Let's have a look. There we go. I wouldn't have been able to do today with all my kit, so I'm staying an extra night tonight and then heading back to Manchester tomorrow. Can't do any editing. Give a big shout out to my BJJ club. There's a 24-hour roll-a-thon on Saturday, which is basically 24 hours on the mats, teaching people Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and rolling around, scrapping and grappling with each other. So I'm going to be doing some filming. I'm teaching at 2 o'clock. I'm teaching takedowns. I'm teaching how to take somebody down to the ground when you're grappling. And obviously people saw an example of that when we were down at Brighton. So I'll be teaching that, and I'm doing a video for the club because I'm a part-time videographer. So I'm doing that. So I'm not going to be able to do, when I get home, any video editing on Saturday into Sunday because I'm going to be videoing for the club. And then I'll try, into next week, I will then try and put some more videos together. I think I've got one video from last weekend in Manchester still to be published this weekend, so that'll go out as well. Who's that, Meg? Let me just see. Meg Scott, thank you so much, guys. I might have missed some of them, but for everybody that's donated, thank you so much. It really has, and I keep saying this, but I would not be here if it wasn't for the donations that you give me, and this will enable me to go around the country and do other things. Of course, we're going to the I've said it for those that didn't catch it earlier, I'm going to be live streaming from the freedom of speech, the free speech rally on the 13th of September. So that's next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. I'm live streaming, or Sue's with me as well, so Sue will probably live streaming. I'll have my cameras. I've got a press pass for that day, so I can get behind the scenes. Hopefully, I'll get to speak with Chris Elston, who's Billboard Chris. Yeah, Billboard Chris. He's another one of the reasons why I'm doing this. I've basically taken his format, changed it round a little bit, and put my style onto it. So hopefully I'll get to speak to Chris. He retweeted Graeme Linehan wearing these boards. There's more people coming in here. He retweeted Graeme Linehan wearing these boards yesterday, so thanks Chris if you're watching. It was great support for that. What else is going on? Oh yes, I don't know if Charlotte's still in the house. Charlotte, she's got connections in lots of places, and she got me on a podcast with Joey Barton. Now, Joey Barton's a controversial character. I met him for the first time. We had a brilliant chat together, and he put me on his podcast, and you can see the chat that we have about everything, about this issue. He follows me on TikTok and on X, and that's why he actually reached out to Charlotte and said, can I get Steve on the podcast? So it was behind a paywall, but it's not now. So if you go to Common Sense with Joey Barton on YouTube, you'll get to see that interview, a 2.5 hour interview. We cover everything. It's really good. You know, Joey Barton's been fighting this agenda, and he's quite a controversial character, Joey, you know, and you know, he's been, you know, he's a massive believer in free speech because, you know, he's felt the sharp end of financially, he's felt the sharp end of people attacking him for things he said. So anyway, if you want to see that, it's on YouTube now. You can watch that for free. And then, of course, I mentioned this yesterday. Sue and I are going to the Gen Spec conference in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's at the end of the month. So I'll get to speak to what I say is all the clever people, all the academics, all the journalists, all the psychotherapists that are fighting this ideology from the right side, not fighting it from this affirmation pathway. And if you don't know, let me talk a little bit about that. The affirmation pathway is basically if a child comes and says, I want to be the opposite sex or gender to what they actually are, they're shipped off to psychotherapists, and they say, oh, well, you've got to affirm that your child's new identity, otherwise they'll go and commit suicide. You know, it's evil. And then they push down this pathway of puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones and surgery. The fight back is on. The detransitioners are suing the clinicians and the surgeons and the organisations, the hospitals that have done this. A couple of people to check out. Obviously, you've seen Eli's story on my channel. Check out Richie Herron. Richie Herron's a young man who detransitioned after being castrated. Check out Chloe Cole. I think she had a double mastectomy. She socially transitioned 12. Puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, not long after that. I think 15 years old, a double mastectomy. Then, even earlier than that, check out Clementine Breen. Puberty blockers 12, cross-sex hormones 13, a double mastectomy age 14. She is suing Los Angeles Children's Hospital in Los Angeles and Joanna Holson Kennedy. I think she was either the clinician or the surgeon, I can't remember now, but not a very nice person, being sued by Clementine Breen. Okay, there's some women looking at me with gob open. Oh, anger. Let's see that. Are they angry at me? Group of women in the 30s, I'd say, looking at me in disgust walking past, you know, because it says there's no such thing as a transgender child. Yeah, so the fight back is happening. You know, it could be a bumpy road ahead. They are challenging the Supreme Court ruling. They're challenging that I think it's in the European Court of Human Rights. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. Yeah. Daryl Dixon is there. Who's Daryl Dixon? Was the guy literally castrated, or does he mean chemically castrated? No, Richie Herron's story, and you can find it online, he was literally physically castrated. The story of Richie Herron is he was a young gay man with internalised homophobia. he could imagine himself being with another man if he was a woman. He couldn't identify him. He couldn't imagine himself as a man with another man. He had internalized homophobia. But this is the thing. This is where I'm starting to think you need to protect some people from the self. He was either 29 or 30 when he went under the surgeon's knife to have his penis and testicles removed, to have his penis inverted, turned inside out, and a neo-vagina made. It's just an open wound, a cavity, which has to be constantly dilated. It's mutilation. So that's what happened to Richie Herron. As soon as he woke up, he knew he made a mistake. But the thing is, he just needed some therapy, some psychotherapy. But what happens is, you go to these gender clinics, you're on it's a sausage factory, you're on a conveyor belt, you come in, you have a few sessions, they want to put you onto these puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, that's what they want to do. At least, a large percentage of the clinicians there want to do that. As soon as you say, well, maybe it's not for me, and you want that talking therapy, if you say it's not for me, they'll send you out of the clinic. They won't want you anymore. Eli told us that. So yeah, Richie Herron, fully castrated. You can find him on X. I think he goes by the name Richie Tulip on X. Check that out. If you go onto my YouTube channel, I did do a short, rough documentary about pride and about transition. And if you scroll back through my YouTube channel, you'll find it. It's not the best quality audio and stuff, but what I do is I put sections of an interview, what Nick Cotton did with Richie Herron, and that's at the back of the documentary, so you can check it on there. Hiya, Rick. I can see you, Rick. Nice to meet you, Richard Archer. I know there's 400 of you in the house, so I want to keep speaking. But I know there's nothing happening here now, so I said this about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to end the feed soon. Let me just plug in because we're going to run out of battery. Love you, Steve. I don't think the lesbian cartel should be involved. Oh, right, okay. Well, they're friends of mine, the lesbian cartel. I don't know why you're saying that. I think Kay's doing I know Kay's doing a job auditing now, but they're YouTubers that support me when I'm in and out of Manchester, and I like having them involved. Right, come to Cornwall, someone says. Right, the plans are, I'm going to get around the country. I'm going to get up and down the country. I am going to York. That will probably be one of the next places that I go to in this country. I'm coming to London. We're going to Albuquerque, and we're going to York. So they're three different places. Right, guys, thank you so much. Hold on, let's see. Legends may. I don't know what people are talking. I'm trying to read the messages, but they're going up too quick, guys. Oh yeah, there's also English Ned as well. Somebody just mentioned English Ned. Get English Ned in a dress. I don't think you get more of. Have you seen the muscles on Ned? He's a big, solid man's man with all his tattoos, and I know he's got a bull ring. He's got a bull ring in his nose, which you normally associate with the lefties, so that's quite funny. But yeah, English Ned. The first time I met him was when I went down, and this was the first time I met the lesbian cartel as well, Kay and Roshi. There was a trans rights protest. Don't forget, it's trans privileges protest. men wanted to go in women's spaces, basically, in Manchester. And I met them all there, and I went there with my boards. I think I was there was YouTubers following it, and then there was me as the only protester, or counter-protester. And they all started to surround me, a bit like that. And Ned went, fuck this shit, and barged in and pushed him away. Yeah, so big up to Ned. Follow his channel as well. He's only just started a channel, and it's exploded. You know, some 20,000 followers for like maybe 3 videos or 4 videos. English Ned on YouTube. There could be some collaboration with me and Ned. We did speak about it, about doing a collaboration somewhere. Me, Ned, and the Cartel. I don't know, KO Roshi, if Ned told you about this. I won't say what it was yet because we don't want to show our hand yet and reveal where we may go potentially. But yeah, Ned's got my back, and it's really nice to know because you wouldn't mess with Ned, he's huge. So yeah, you know, when you start doing things, you start meeting people that you know, that are doing similar things, and you strike up friendships and acquaintances with people, you know, and that's life, I suppose. Right, guys, I'm gonna knock it on the head. It's been great chatting to you. Thanks for everybody that's donated. That has been amazing. Couldn't do this without you. I'm going to sign off now. This is going to be my last few words, and stick around because I'm going to be back at lunchtime and then back for the evening. I'm imagining in the evening it's going to be full of press because I think we're going to get a verdict today. Graeme is giving evidence today. Let's just hope that the judge isn't captured, because listen to Kelly J. Keane. I spoke with her earlier. The institutions are captured, the police is captured, the fire service is captured. Yeah, certain judges are captured as well. So let's just hope that there's not a captured judge in there. I'm going to sign off now, guys. Thank you so much. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to bring you the live stream again, hopefully for lunchtime, but if nothing's going on, in fact I'll probably put it on anyway, and then definitely for the end of court, the trial verdict later on today. I'm going to go and get a brew. I will do, Kate. Thank you. I'll see you soon, guys. Thank you so much.